Perfect.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Ron Murray with another episode of What's the Game Plan for a divisional matchup that I'll be honest with you, I didn't see coming. I'm talking about the 13-3 Green Bay Packers versus the 10-6 Los Angeles Rams. I am joined again by Joey and Big B representing the NFC leading Green Bay Packers, and Lee Vowell, who is our NFC representative because he won last week's matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. How we doing, gentlemen?
Doing great.
Doing well.
I'm just glad the team's still in it. So,
All right, so you had a week off, so you missed some. There were some good matchups last week. Well, outside of the Bears Saints, I would say I think all the other two division NFC games were worth a watch, and I think this game will kind of be the marquee one in the NFC to match outside of the Drew Brees and Brady story. I think this one you'll see a lot of. You got two teams, one that has a high-powered offense and one that has a very stingy defense. So I think we're going to have a good game. All right. So we'll forego our introductions. Again, these participants are no strangers to the show. All right. We'll jump straight to the rules. If you watched the show before, then you know we do 4 fast round questions where we pull stats from all data analytical sites. I'm talking about sites like Pro Football Focus, Pro Football Reference, Sharp Football Stats, as well as the Football Outsiders. All right. We quiz our participants on information that we think they should know about their opposing team for the upcoming matchup. At the event of 4 quarters, if we have a tie game, we go into overtime where we do XFL style. We have 3 questions from 1 to 3 points that we ask our participants trivia style about their own team. All right. So if it's 1 point, it's usually easy. If it's 3 points, it's going to be a lot hard. All right. Again, Big B and Joey, I took it easy on you guys last time. I will not do this time in the overtime. All right. So your questions would be just as hard as Lee, who really is at a disadvantage because, outside of just watching the Rams almost 2 times a year, as a division rival, I'll be shocked if he knows a lot about their history. All right. So also
beat the Seahawks. That's what normally happens, unfortunately.
There you go. Remember, this is the playoffs, so we added in a few wrinkles. All right, our participants will have the opportunity each quarter to go for 3 or 7 points. They also each have had the opportunity to steal a question from their opposer. So if a participant knows the question and the opposers think they know it, they could jump in and say, "I want to steal the question." If they get it right, they'll get those corresponding points. If at halftime anybody's down by 10 points, they get the opportunity to go for an onside kick. Where's a question about the matchup history between the 2 teams? If they get it correctly, they get 7 points. If they get it wrong, the other team automatically gets 7. All right. At the end of the game, we have a winner. We have a victory speech. We have score predictions. And then we're just looking forward to watching the game on Saturday. Look, tomorrow, actually. All right. So if there are no questions about those very long and simple rules,
I'm good.
I love it. Love it when there's no questions. I hate trying to explain them. But Lee, as the NFC representative of the Los Angeles Rams, you are on the road, sir. Do you want to defer to the second half or take the first question?
I will defer until the second half.
Smart, man. Anybody representing the Rams should know I let Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey handle business, and I'll let Jared Goff just do what he has to do to win the game. So not mad at that. Joey and Big B, you guys up first. What's the game plan? All right, so your first quarter question, are we going to go for a field goal or are we going to score 7 points?
Big B, any thoughts?
No.
All right, I'll guess. I'll go with. Let's start off big. Let's go big or go home 7 points. Start off.
Okay, I got a high-powered offense. Might as well go for 7. Big B says I'm the defensive coordinator. You handle stuff on offense. I can respect that dynamic. Here we go. The Rams' primary personnel grouping is 11 personnel, according to Sharps football stats. They run that formation 67% of the time. From that formation, how often do they run the ball? Is it A, 52%, B, 33%, C, 45%, or D, 40%?
Man, I'm trying to. I've heard of the 11 offense before, and I'm trying to think what that could possibly lead to. But, Big B, do you think Rams run more? Just on general?
I'm not sure.
I think maybe towards the later half would be more, but I'm gonna go with 45%.
All right. 45C is the answer taken. And unfortunately, the answer is B, 33%. All right. They pass 67% of the time. When they do run the ball out of that 33%, they have a 59% success rate and they're averaging 5.2 yards per carry. I think we all know who's leading that charge. Cam Akers, usually in single back, gets it done as he did last week for a total of 123 yards against the Seattle Seahawks. Sorry, Lee. All right.
Just
It is what it is.
endure the pain.
It didn't work out last week, but you choosing to pick defense may work out for you now, sir. Lee, you're up first for your first quarter question. Are we going to go for a field goal or a touchdown?
We'll go for a touchdown. Unlike the
There
Seahawks offense that always starts slow, I'll go for 7.
There we go. Hey, man, we're going to put points on the board. We got to make it hard for the team that had a week off. Let's see if that bye week rust plays a factor here. Here we go. Lee, for your first quarter question. Leading MVP candidate Aaron Rodgers' 70.7 completion rate percentage is not only his career best, but also leading the league. According to Player Profiler, how many interceptable passes has Rodgers thrown this season? Is it A, 20, B, 18, C, 13, or D, 9?
I'll say B.
Lee says B, 18 interceptable passes. And he is unfortunately wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is, in fact, C, 13. He has only thrown 13 passes that Player Profiler deems interceptable. He has obviously 5 picks on the season. He has only had 20 dangerous plays, and he has thrown 30 money throws. All right. So Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, you can chill for a little bit. All right. I still got this.
Me and Big B a few heart attacks there.
It's all good.
By getting the first round pick that's the quarterback, right? So.
Yeah, no, hey. He tried to
Get
aim
us
at, I got a few more years, all right? That's what Aaron Rodgers is telling him. All
That's
right.
right.
Joey and Big B back up in the second quarter. We have a 0-0 game here. All right, gentlemen. Second quarter. Are we going to try for a touchdown again, or are we just going to put points on the board?
Let's just try to take the lead and go for a field goal.
All right. We're just going to put points on the board, all right? We failed in the first quarter. Here we go. Second quarter question for 3 points. Jared Goff will look to have another solid week against the Packers. After coming in the game to relieve the injured Wolford, he threw for 155 yards with a 93.1 QBR. During the regular season, which Rams player did he have the highest QBR with when targeted? All right. So basically, which wide receiver gave him the highest QBR when targeted? Is it A, Robert Woods, B, Cooper Kupp, C, Josh Reynolds, or D, Van Jefferson?
I want to say Cooper Kupp in the you agree, Big B?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cooper Kupp's our answer.
There we go. I'm sorry. I like it. Big B's starting to get a part of this game here. All right. They choose B, Cooper Kupp, but unfortunately they are wrong. He is not the correct answer here. The correct answer is A, Robert Woods. All right. When throwing him the ball, he has a 96 QBR, 49 first downs, and a 70% completion rate. All right. So again, he's almost, if you say Aaron Rodgers leading the lead at 70.7 when he throws the ball to Robert Woods, he's right there behind Aaron Rodgers, obviously, with a 70% completion rate. All right. So wide left for the Green Bay Packers in the second quarter. Still no points in the first half. Back on the Rams here to see if they can take a 3 or 7 point lead going in the half. Lee, what are we going to do?
For the record, I would have chosen Cooper Kupp as well, to be honest. But I'll go for a touchdown.
There we go, man. Just put them away early. All right. Put them away early. Here we go. 7 point question in the second quarter. The Packers wide receiver unit has really stepped up this year for Aaron Rodgers. On the season, they have helped him secure a league-leading 121.5 passer rating and only 5 interceptions. According to Pro Football Reference, what is their overall drop rate percentage? All right, their drop rate percentage. Is it A, 4.8%, B, 5.4%, C, 7.3%, or D, 9.1%?
I'll go with B.
Lee says B, 5.4%. And the Rams are playing like they have nothing to lose, ladies and gentlemen, because he's correct. The answer is B, 5.4%. On the season, they have a total 27 drop passes on 526 passing attempts. All right. So the ball barely hits the ground with Aaron Rodgers when he passes the ball. All right. So we'll see if the Rams able can deflect some passes because they're definitely not going to drop them. All right. Going into halftime here, we have a 7-0 lead for the Los Angeles Rams being represented by Lee here today. All right. Going into the third quarter. Lee, you're back up. Are we just going to extend the lead by 10 or are we going to try to put them away early with a 7-point question?
I'll go for 7.
Man, boy, the Rams, they look, Green Bay, they're not as good as everybody thinks they are, apparently. Here we go. Lee, with your third quarter question for 7 points. The Packers defense has 41 sacks on the season, led by 12.5 by linebacker Zadarius Smith. According to ESPN.com analytics, what is the Packers pass rush win rate? That's a tongue twister. A pass rush win rate percentage. Is it A, 50%, B, 48%, C, 45%, or D, 41%?
Well, I would say C, 45%.
Lee says C, 45%. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, he is wrong. All right. That is not the correct answer. The correct answer is, in fact, D, 41%. All right. On the other side of the ball, the Los Angeles Rams pass block win rate is 63%. All right. So if stats are to tell a story here, I don't expect a lot of sacks for the Green Bay Packers this upcoming week. All right. If stats tell a story. All right. So jumping out in the third quarter, Lee is unable to secure a 14-0 lead, leaving the door open for Joey and Big B here. Gentlemen, with your third quarter question, are we again just trying to get on the board or are we going to go for 7?
Don't want him to have the opportunity to secure the win next time, so we'll go with 7. Try to tie it.
Got a tie here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go for your 7-point question in the third quarter. The Rams have attempted 137 regular season plays in the red zone. 101 of them, which have been rushes. The remaining 36 have been passes. They are averaging 3.6 red zone attempts per game. According to TeamRankings.com, how many red zone touchdowns are they scoring per game? Is it A, 2.1, B, 1.7, C, 3, or D, 0.8?
The Rams aren't exactly known for their offense. I think I would say 1.7 in that range. Big B, any objections?
No, I agree.
All right, 1.7, final answer.
All right, lock it in. B, 1.7. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, they failed to get on the board here. The answer is, in fact, A, 2.1. Yes, so they are scoring. They have a 55% chance of scoring when they're in the red zone. When they're in the red zone, Cooper Kupp and Cam Akers are the most targeted players. All right, so that's who they want to get the ball to. I know Cooper Kupp was questionable for this game, but if he does go in the red zone, they will look to get him the ball. Okay. All right, going in the fourth quarter here, all Lee has to do is put up some points here, but Joey and Big B still has the opportunity to steal a question if they know it. So we'll see what happens in the fourth. Lee, your fourth quarter question, what are we doing? A touchdown or a field goal?
Seems to make sense to go for the field goal.
Yeah, man, we just got to put the game away, all right? We gave them too many opportunities in the first 2 third quarter. We just can't give them any more help. Here we go. Your fourth quarter question for 3 points. The only blimp on the Packers team is their turnover margin. Their defense has only created 18 turnovers so far this season. Which player has created the most? Is it A, Darnell Savage Jr., B, Jair Alexander, C, Adrian Amos, or D, Zadarius Smith?
Man, it's for a field goal question.
So do we have to wait till after he gets it wrong to steal it?
Oh, yeah. He got to go wide left first.
I'll say B.
Lee says B, Jair Alexander. And Joey and Big B is going to get the opportunity because he is, in fact, wrong. Wide left. All right. So, see the hands moving. Big B done set up in his chair. What answer are we giving, gentlemen?
Darnell Savage.
All right, Darnell Savage Jr. That's correct answer, ladies and gentlemen. He has 4 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery on the season. All right, again, they haven't created a lot of turnovers, but he does lead the team in interceptions so far this season. All right, but that just gets them on the board, ladies and gentlemen. They have to answer this touchdown question to win the game 10-7. The current score right now is 7-3. All right, I am going to forgo asking you how much you want to go for because you don't have a choice. All
Yep.
right. For 7 points and the game, will the Green Bay Packers move on, or will Lee continue just to represent what could be just another random team next week? Here we go. For your 7-point question, Jalen Ramsey leads a secondary group that has been the best in the league. They are only allowing 190 yards per game and a QBR of 80.4. So that is the complete opposite of what Aaron Rodgers has been doing this season. All right. How many yards is Jalen Ramsey specifically allowing when he is a targeted defender? Is it A, 4.63 yards, B, 5 yards, C, 6.9 yards, or D, 8.1 yards for the win?
Man, I saw his stat sheet singly when he was covering just his stat sheet, and it's kind of not inconsistent. He had a few 40-yard allowed in there, so what were our options again?
A, 4.63 yards, B, 5 yards, C, 6.9 yards, D, 8.1 yards.
All right. I'm going with 6.9. You agree or disagree with Bigby?
I don't know. Just I.
I'm nervous I'm going to mess it up, but let's change it. 5 yards, our final answer.
All right, they picked B, 5 yards. I don't know what made you change it. Is Joey and Big B are moving on, ladies and gentlemen. That is correct answer. He is allowing 5 yards, a 68.6 QBR, a 50.7 completion rate percentage for quarterbacks when he is a targeted defender. So we hear a lot about Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. This week, Jalen Ramsey and crew may have something to say about that, which ultimately decide the winner of this game. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a 10-7 thrilling victory, Joey and Big B move on. The floor is yours for a victory speech.
The only reason I changed it was because we were wrong all the other times. So I was like, you know what? Let's not go with our gut instinct, and we'll just go with something else. So great to be here. Great to be on top this time after the back-killing mistake of picking only a 2-point question in overtime last time. Glad to be here.
There we go, Big B.
This one was for Aaron Rodgers.
And David Bakhtiari too,
And David, yes.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lee, you have been a wonderful participant representing the Los Angeles Rams, sir. The floor is yours for a score prediction.
Oh man, I think the first time in the postseason since 2016 that the number one defense, number one offense have faced off since the Patriots and Falcons Super Bowl. I mean, that it's going to be. I still think the Packers win. It's in Green Bay. I don't think the Rams have enough offense to overcome the Packers, but I think it'll be a little bit lower scoring. I think the Packers win probably 24-17.
There we go. I like it. Joey and Big B.
I think that's the exact same thing we said on our podcast, or at least that was my prediction. So I'll stick with it. 24-17. I'll agree. I think Packers probably get off to a fast start, and the Rams won't have the offensive power to match it.
And I will say 31-20 Packers win.
Over 30 points. That's saying a lot against the Los Angeles Rams, who are not allowing, I think, over 24 points. But again, I have no team here. My team was unfortunately exited out of the playoff last weekend. So at this point, I'm just looking for some fun football games. But I definitely love the stat that Lee just said. Number one offense versus number one defense. When you got those type of matchups, I think anything can happen. All right, a turnover here or there makes the game. But we know Aaron Rodgers is definitely careful with the ball. And I'm not sleeping on Aaron Jones. I think he is my X factor in this game. All right, people haven't talked about him, but if he has to find a way to get around Aaron, Donald, and crew, he can make Aaron Rodgers' job a lot easier. All right, I think I'll do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Joey and Big B will be moving on to our conference matchup, one step closer to being the first ever What's the Game Plan Super Bowl champions. Lee, again, I want to thank you for being an amazing participant throughout this season. And I look, if the show notes will be linked, the podcast will be linked in the show notes, guys. So please check out the information if you haven't done it so far. Great content from all of our participants. This has been an amazing episode with the Packers 10-7 win. My name is Rod Murray. Thanks for watching.
Perfect.